everybody and welcome to the video. This is Matteo from the FPV Combat project. Today I want to give you some updates and information about the project and how it's evolving in the time, what I have on the to-do list and what is gonna be happening in the next months. Let's start immediately by thanking you guys for all the support that you gave me. I really appreciate all the feedbacks that I collect, whatever they come from emails, comments, or video that you post and share on the socials. Please remember to let me know if you post something interesting. I'm always happy to see your videos and your setups and everything related to the FPV Combat project. And you can find the context on the website or on the Facebook page. There is the dedicated community always in Facebook or dedicated thread in RC groups. Let's quickly move to the topic of today. I want to introduce you a few products that I have been working on in the past weeks and months, and I'm now ready to announce. First of all is this little device here, which is intended to be used with any kind of model. It doesn't matter if it is a micro drone or a tiny tank or a full-scale plane. Actually, what is that is basically an array of 20 addressable LEDs that can be controlled by both the system, micro FPV Combat or also the standard version. And on the top of the PCB, there are two infrared sensors, which makes this device a all-in-one place for LEDs and the sensor. So basically, with just 4 wires, you can get all these features in just this tiny device. So if you're looking for something to spicy up the look of your model, of your tiny track or micro drone, or simply you're looking for something where you could install in front of your digital FPV camera, and this will display, for example, the lives or the ammos that you have on your model. Well, this is the device you're looking for. It's designed to be really stiff and robust to be used with any environment. So that means the addressable LED and sensor. If you are one of those people who got the FPV Combat microboard and intended to use it outdoor, well, you might be experiencing some shooting range problem because the FPV Combat micro version has been designed to be used mostly indoor. So where you don't need a very long shooting power. Well, if you are gonna use the same FPV Combat micro version in outdoor environment, well, this is probably what you're looking for. This is a high power driver, and basically what it does is letting you get the full range of shooting out of the gun, even if you're using the FPV Combat micro version. It can be wired up in a couple of different ways, and maybe I will make a dedicated video in the future, but basically you can use the same gun that has been provided with the micro version of the FPV Combat board, or you could use, for example, the accessories like the standard version gun of the FPV Combat. You can use both without any problem, and you will get the maximum range out of your micro version. So let's move to the next accessory, which is something that I'm really excited about. If you ever thought about installing some special effects on your models, whenever they be, I don't know, smokes, sparking candles, explosive or whatever, and you were thinking about how can I turn them on? How can I trigger those special effects? Well, if you have FPV Combat, this is the answer. You can simply wire this special effect board to the FPV Combat main controller, and they will communicate with each other, and this will get the information about the amount of life available from the system. And every time you lose a certain amount of life, of percentage, it will trigger out one of the 5 high power outputs available on the board. Each output can handle up to 5 amps at a rated voltage of 30 volts. This is pretty good because you can basically ignite any pyrotechnical device. This board has been designed with one thing in mind as a first place in the list, and it's the safety. So this is These include features like double security, an additional arming procedure, so you can safely connect your pyrotechnical stuff or any other power load that you are interested into. And it will basically prevent you to accidentally turn any effects on when you're, I don't know, powering the system or making some testing. So this is really cool. There will be a dedicated video about this board here. And trust me if I tell you that when you shoot at someone and you can see in your video, I don't know, target hit because you're using the telemetry modules, and that will give you the feedback. And also you can see like sparkling or explosions coming out from the opponent. Well, that is crazy cool. Trust me, try and you will see that. I want to give you a few additional informations about what to expect in the next months from FPV Combat. First of all, I have been working on firmware updates as well, and they're going to be available on the website, and there will follow videos with the tutorial and explaining in details how to do that. It's going to be a very simple procedure, but to do that, you're going to need an FTDI adapter or a USB to TTL level serial adapter. Just to let you know, grab one of these, are really cheap. You can find basically wherever you want, but keep in mind you're gonna need one of these in order to update your boards. If you're one of those who is using FPV digital platforms, well, you will be complaining most likely that FPV Combat is not fully integrated with the digital transmission systems. And well, you are right, at least you are right now. I am working on the implementation of the digital FPV systems, so you're gonna be happy to hear that FPV Combat will be available also on digital platforms. Well, when, I don't know, it's gonna take a lot of time, I don't have a date, but it's gonna be, that day will come, so just stay tuned and wait for it, it's gonna be really cool. And that was it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed the content and consider to subscribe if you don't want to miss any updates. I really hope to see you this summer. Please don't miss that event, it's gonna be really cool. And I want to wish you happy fights.